All right, man, let's get this weekend out the way, man. I just didn't feel like going live yesterday, and I was watching the Chiefs and Bill game somewhat, dude. But hold on. Yeah, I kind of was watching the Chiefs and Bill game, but I really wouldn't like second half. I knew it was gonna be more interesting, but I just didn't feel like going live. I know football, come on, I just ain't you know what I'm saying? Nah, it is, but let me let everybody know we live. Don't forget you can listen to this sometime tomorrow, probably about 7 a.m. on Spotify, 6 a.m. on Anchor. Anchor is always the fastest way. What else we got? Amazon, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts be around probably like 11 or 12. All this is Eastern Standard Time. All right. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Rate the podcast and do appreciate it, whatever platform you choose to listen to. You got a platform you want to listen to, let me know. Also check out Radio Public. It's a really cool podcast as well too. So yeah, man, I mean, make sure let everybody know we live. So we good now. A couple clicks of the button. Give me one. Mason in there, he freezing, bro. Give me a minute, man. Mason freezing. So we turn I ain't turning my heat on yet, even though it's cold as hell. But let me do something for Mason. Let's turn the heater on for Mason. Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there, $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you know, if you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments, you get priority reply. No, instantly that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. All right, it should be a little warmer now. So yeah, let's talk about this weekend, man. So let's get into it. So start off with the women. We'll do the honors for the women. We had Alycia Baumgardner defeating Mikaela Mayer. I ain't scored, but it looks to the naked eye, it looked like Baumgardner got the win. She told that girl she ain't getting no rematch. You thought Mikaela Mayer kind of being the A side would have probably had a rematch clause in there. But apparently she didn't have a rematch clause, and Baumgardner says she's going at the undisputed South Korea's Choi. So we'll see if anybody put the money up for that fight. Apparently they broke women's record over there in the UK doing $2 million. You know, it'd be nice if they could bring a rematch here. You know, McKay Taylor fighting what's her name? Puerto Rican chick. Her name escaped my mind. You thought that would have been the pilot for 3-minute rounds, or this fight should have had 2 3-minute rounds. For whatever reason, it don't seem like they, you know, all female fighters are really advocating for that. So the female fights kind of got an amateur feel, where they got to speed it up and all that type of stuff. But I was expecting Baumgardner being the seek and destroy. Like I said, I've never seen her fight before. I've seen the knockout over Terry Harper. I never seen 2 of these females fight before. I never seen Baumgardner fight, and I never seen Savannah Marshall fight. But I have seen Caroline Du Bois fight. I seen her pro debut. But like I said, I was expecting her to be more seek and destroy, walking Mikaela Mayer down. She pretty much, first 3 rounds, like she outpointed Mikaela Mayer and landed cleaner and harder shots. Mikaela Mayer then tucked her chin down, bit down on her mouthpiece, Instead, started going to work and started walking, Baumgardner down. Then Baumgardner started using movements and countering. Baumgardner shots seemed to be more effective, but Kayla Mayer seemed like she caught Baumgardner attention and hurt her too. So, I mean, obviously, I think a rematch is a must. Probably the most lucrative fight for both of them. Maybe it's at another weight class. Maybe it's once Baumgardner get undisputed or whatever the situation may be. But yeah, it was close. But to the naked eye, I thought Baumgardner did enough. Especially she stole the 10th round. I think that might have been the difference on the scorecards with her still in the 10th round, and she clearly won the 10th round. So at the end of the day, Mayer left the ring. She stuck around for a minute, and Baumgardner kind of congratulated her. A lot of people didn't kind of catch that. Then she kind of went to the back. So I mean, you lose everything like that. It was competitive, but what it boiled down to is she gave up the first 3 rounds and she gave up the 10th round. So, all Baumgardner had to do is win 3 additional rounds. And just thinking of off the top, I'm pretty sure she won 3 additional rounds. So that's all she had to do. And she seen blood. One round she seen blood and she came back. She lost a couple and won that round. So just off the top, I know for sure she won about five rounds for sure. I could think in my head. You know what I'm saying? So that means Mikaela said she won 7. So I mean, I don't know. You have to rewatch it, but I think that's probably the most lucrative fight for both females. So a rematch is a must, especially it's not that big of parity in females boxing. There's not a lot of participants for you not to turn around and say, well, I won't give her a rematch. Well, you're going to have to see her. Are you surprised that Mikaela Mayer being the A side didn't have a rematch clause? You know what I'm saying? But maybe she was confident she was going to go in there and beat Alycia Baumgardner. Alycia Baumgardner came out of nowhere with a knockout over Tay Harper, and now she top dog. I guess her and Claressa Shields put that saying to rest for females that you can't dance to the ring or you're gonna lose. I guess that's just for men. But let's move on to Claressa Shields. She beat Savannah Marshall, which I've seen a lot of people saying they thought in America they thought Savannah Marshall won. You got to understand too that a lot of people don't like Claressa Shields because she outspoken. What's the funny part about all of that shit too is they love Ronda Rousey when she did it. Give me 1 second. They love Ronda Rousey when they did it. Black dudes was all drooling over Ronda Rousey when she was outspoken and she was brash and calling out Floyd Mayweather. And like I said before, a lot of these dudes out here, hate black women, dude. A lot of black women hate black dudes, and they don't even be knowing it, dude. Claressa Shields doing the same thing Ronda Rousey doing. What's the difference? And Ronda Rousey wasn't all that to me neither. They really blew her up, her sex appeal up. She wasn't even all of that neither though. And Claressa Shields trying to take that brash and outspoken, but when you do that, when you're a black woman, it's seen to be hard-headed, bullish, and it's not as sexy. Just think about it for a minute. A lot of black men, got mad at Serena, especially when she married old boy. Oh, she's a crybaby, she's a quitter, she this, that, and the third. And like I said before, when you strong will as a woman, it's not, your calling card shouldn't be that you're strong. You're strong. That's not the first thing you think about when you think of a female companion. You want a female to be strong when she be strong. She's supposed to be, soft. She's supposed to be nurturing. She's supposed to be loving, caring. You know what I'm saying? By the time you get to, a female trait for her to be strong is something that's synonymous with masculinity. And a lot of them dudes back in the 60s, back in like after segregation, especially in the 70s, when they wouldn't allow the male to be in the house for you to get benefits and all that type of stuff. If he was in the house, you had to hide him. He had to go around the corner, or whatever situation may be. So that was kind of the beginning of taking the male out the house, and then a lot of dudes became deadbeats, and they was picking up, making women, picking up, making babies, picking up, and then they created child support. So it's a lot that went into it. But the number one thing about creating child support was, after desegregation, was saying that the men couldn't be in the house for y'all to get benefits. You look at it, you think about it, your girl. let's say a girl say, well, I need to borrow some money, right? And, she tired of asking for money, or you going to question her about whatever. And she go ask, Tyrone or Jill for money. What's the first thing they're going to say if you in the house? Why Jack can't give it to her? Why Bill can't give it to her? Why you ain't going to Bob? You know what I'm saying? Why this nigga sitting there, he work, why he ain't giving it to you? So it's the same thing with kind of like how welfare looked at it. Why he ain't going out there and working? 2 incomes, you stay at home, he can work and all that type of stuff. So, it's just kind of they had an agenda, and then following that agenda was obviously crack cocaine and cars and child support and all that type of stuff. When you tell dudes he can't be in the house with their son and their kid to get benefits, to get financial help, what you expect to happen? But nonetheless, she looked at it as strong-willed, and when black women do it, it's frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? It's, angry. I mean, you hear dudes, females saying, well, I hate when a dude tell me to smile and all that stuff. That's why I don't be saying shit, dude. Like, females probably be liking me, dude, but I don't even be paying no attention, dude. A lot of black women look angry, they look unapproachable, or they on the phone running their mouth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't even be paying attention, dude. They know. And then they try to play the role. You want to catch you. Nigga, I'm 30-some years old. I'm not about to catch nothing. But nonetheless, man, she she beat Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall did her Tyson Fury impression late in the fight. Obviously, John Fury had a game plan for her. She started leaning on Claressa. Claressa started standing on the ropes. People don't understand. When you fight somebody that big, it's hard not to stay on the ropes. And Ward and Tim Bradley were trying to say it was easy just be sliding on the ropes. Man, this girl was physically bigger than Claressa, and obviously probably rehydrated, way bigger than Claressa Shields. You know what I'm saying? So she was leaning on her. It was a lot of pressure. And then Marshall was fighting at a pace, and Claressa was fighting at a pace that wasn't sustainable. And we just gotta have that conversation. She can't punch. She don't have punching power. She got everything else: determination, heart, speed. You know what I'm saying? She turning each punch, she throwing punches, and she couldn't do shit with Savannah Marshall. She beat her to the body. Savannah Marshall still was picking it up late, and obviously anytime somebody come forward and they push you to the ropes, people gonna score the round for you. But if you're looking at the rounds, she was scoring the cleaner and effective shots. He was beating her to the point. She was landing the shots, head, body. Marshall was making it rugged, but it wasn't effective. Her aggression wasn't effective. It appeared effective. And like I said, ever since that Canelo Triple G1 fight, a lot of people been scoring fights for the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? Just because you moving backwards, you on the ropes, don't mean you ain't winning you can't still be winning a fight. You still just be effective aggressive. Everybody thinks you come forward and you moving forward and you winning a fight. Not necessarily. But she won that fight easy. Sky invested 3 fights, 7 figures into her, so they had a snipe in it for her not to rob her or nothing like that. But her hand speed and her athleticism, she just can't punch, and that's the bottom line. If she can punch, that fight would have been over a long time ago. She wore it to the body, she wore it to the head. He just don't have the God-given ability to punch. Even if they had 3-minute rounds. You know what I'm saying? I still don't think she would accumulate a lot of knockouts, but that's okay. Everybody can't be Ian Wolf, Layla Ali, whatever. So she's just going to do it in her way. Defense was good. Footwork was good. Turner was good. Hand speed was good. IQ was good. Just didn't have enough, power to, to put her down. And that's okay. That it tends to happen. But yeah, she went for the knockout. Marshall just, it's a big girl. Very, very big girl, and she wasn't going down. She wasn't going down. So ultimately, it was what it was. Ultimately, hold on, give me 1 second. Oh. Mason want to be a baby. Go on, man. Go call your mom. But yeah, it was very interesting. It was a very entertaining fight. about both both women. And I want to see Savannah Marshall fight again, but not too skilled. And you just wonder like how did she lose to Savannah Marshall? But it's a big girl though. He was bigger on fight night. That's a very, very big girl. So, Claressa might have tapped out at that weight in boxing. I wonder if she just gonna go ahead and just focus on MMA. What else she got to gain in boxing? I guess she, continue to take the females fight game to another stratosphere. But at the end of the day, man, without opponents, it's hard to do so. Without rivals, it's hard to do so. So Katie Taylor ain't coming up to fight her, and she ain't got the personality. Her and Baumgardner. I mean, the only one I could think about her fighting is Raquel Miller. You know what I'm saying? That's the only one I think who got the mouthpiece, and obviously she got the sex appeal. That's the only one I think that could bring some money to the table. Rematch from Hannah Gabriels, there ain't really much left out there. She tried to drag Layla Ali out of retirement. I don't think that was the move. So it is what it is. I'm just gonna speed through this. Let's talk about Devin Haney. Right, Devin Haney, George Kambosos 2. I had that fight on the big screen, and Devin Haney fought a more offensive fight, but I still think, I still think he left some out there, and obviously he probably struggled to make the weight. We heard everybody saying, "Well, Haney, Haney like a skeleton." So did George Kambosos. Haney dug deep, but he young enough to be able to take the drain, to be drained. He young enough to still, he young enough to be able to keep it moving. So, but yeah, he was more aggressive this fight. His weapon, the first fight was the jab, and this fight was the right hand. But he never really made the adjustment to it was pretty much I'm gonna throw the right hand and I'm a smother. That was their game plan. It wasn't that we gonna 1-2 step over, run the hook or run the body shots and get there. He always in position to come back and be defensive. Same thing with Shakur Stevenson. He always in the position to come back and defend. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't going, with them as at this point in their career, they're not going to they're not going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know what I'm saying? Step over. They're not going, use a lot of, do the shit that Mayweather did when he was young. Everybody talk about, comparing these guys to Mayweather, but Mayweather threw a lot of punches, dude. He was very offensive when he was young. And these dudes, a lot of these dudes looked at the money Mayweather, and that's kind of pretty much what they doing, pop shot and one shot at a time and all that. But, he came under the Mayweathers, especially Floyd Sr. He pretty much preached combination punching. So I know he can do it, but it's pretty much a lost art. Think about it. Who like the best combination puncher in boxing? You know what I'm saying? Like, Andy Ruiz is a good one. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many people like just putting a Gary Russell, he a good one, but there ain't too many of them dudes, it ain't too many dudes throwing 3 or 4 punches, throwing throwaway punches to set you up. Boxing is really, you can see Floyd Mayweather's imprint on boxing. No, you don't even see people shoe shine like that no more. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, they counter punchers, or you know what I'm saying? You don't see too many dudes. You see a Terrence Crawford, he can do it, you know what I'm saying? But you don't see dudes, you know what I'm saying? Or Terry Norris, on the toes, and young Mayweather, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. You don't get guys like that no more. So this is the style in which they fight in. They looking for one shot, and they looking to come back, bring their hands home and defend, and that's just the Mayweather effect, the money Mayweather effect. When you looking out there to the naked eye, you know what I'm saying? You looking like, man, like he is there. He was aggressive. He was walking them down, but he's looking for one big shot. You look at the evolution of Caleb Plant. That's kind of where Devin Haney probably, Kind of, when you moving up in weight, probably where he need to go. Where you more offensive, but you ain't compromising too much defense. But he should have stopped that dude in there, honestly. But then again, you're gonna take more punishment when you walk guys down and don't dance on the back foot. But it never was we're gonna follow up that big right hand, come back with a left hook, we're gonna double the right hand. We're gonna dig to the body with a left hook and then come over the top with the right hand or double left hook like Caleb Plant. So gotta understand he 33 years old. That you gotta understand. He 33. I mean, he 23 years old, be 24. So he far from a finished product. But he don't show people that he can be more aggressive. He can be more exciting, but he got to start to look for 3, 4, 5 shots. He athletic enough to do so. But going up in weight, it's got to be he gonna eat. The thing about going up there at 140, he'll be able to. Ain't too many good boxers up there. I mean, you got Richard Hitchison. I mean, and that's pretty much it. Robbie Jr. Hopefully, he having a speedy recovery. We ain't heard much on him. Francis Bartholomew. It's a few good boxers up there. But a lot of them dudes up there, rough, rugged, tough, grimy, gritty, blue collar, willing to get their hands dirty type fighters. And like I said, he gonna have to, plan to get more respect up there. He gonna get stronger, moving up in weight. But his boxing ability is one of a few true boxers up there. So he got a head start up there. It's gonna be very interesting to see the adjustments that they make to his game being up there. It's gonna be very interesting to see the adjustments that they make, and I think it's gonna have to be either he gonna have to start holding his ground more, or he's gonna start using lateral movement and combination punches, or one or both of them. But it was pretty much what you thought it was gonna be. It wasn't nothing Kambosos gonna do, switching righty to lefty. When he did that, you could have turned that shit off, and you kind of pretty much knew the outcome. It just was at one point: is he gonna land? Is he gonna knock him out? That's just what it was. It'll boil down to switching righty, lefty, desperation. Somebody like Devin Haney, he figured that out in no time. Stole a right hand, pop. As soon as he's switching, you got to know how to switch. That's not something in which you just can pick up. It's like when you look at Crawford, it's truly like he's ambidextrous. You know what I'm saying? It's truly like a sixth sense. It's natural to him. That's what I'm trying to say. And when it ain't natural to you, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was better off just bobbing and weaving. But when he bobbed and weaved, he did all the switching. He would, especially with somebody that's trying to cut weight, he wasted a lot of energy. Devin conserved a lot more energy to this fight because he didn't move as much. Kambosos was lefty, righty, bob and weave, and he not accustomed to doing that shit. He wasn't doing nothing but burning more fuel in the tank. And that's why he faded at the end of that fight. You doing stuff that wasn't true. You say, well, what should Kambosos should have done? You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, wasn't nothing he could have done. We seen the Alycia Selby fight. What can he do? He ain't somebody that's gonna come get you. He struggled with Mickey Bay. He really lost the Alycia Selby fight. He got outboxed easy in that fight. So it was just a bad style for him. And probably every day he thinking like, shit, I should have just took a true tune-up and then came back and fight Devin Haney. But like I said before, he made a lot of money, these fights. Devin made a lot of money. And never know. Devin might be able to come back to Australia and make some more money. Liam Paro is, pretty highly ranked. I think she's got a knockout too. And, there. So, I mean, it might be a home away from home from you never know. Everybody just focus on the American market, but Claressa Shields showing there's life outside the American market in boxing. In the UK, I mean, and Devin Haney showed he ain't scared to travel, but it's gonna have to be a little bit something, added to his game other than being a little bit stronger at 140. You notice his legs ain't as sturdy as they should be, and that's because of the weight cut. When he add 5 pounds, he's gonna be a lot more sturdier on his. He's gonna be a lot more stronger in the legs, and that's where that 5 pounds should go. So he already a big kid. So at the end of the day, it's just that how you gonna tame rough, rugged, grimy fighters up there, because that's what they are. They rough, rugged. They, Matias, Pelelo, Backram Akadamadev, Gary Anti-Russell. Them dudes willing to take 3 or 4 to get theirs off. So, for a boxer, it's a lot of times that's the wrong style until you can find your distance to start out boxing. So it's a lot of, really, really strong opponents up there, and his ability is going, like I said, it's a low risk, it's a high risk, low reward division. Probably the deepest in boxing right now. So, he said he wants the very best, and I'm pretty sure, I know he's been in the ring with some bigger guys, and they've been preparing for this. So, but this is going to be an uphill battle for any of them dudes from 35 to go to 40. Because them dudes don't care about your name. They don't care about shit. They here to kick ass and take names. And here to, man, he going to be a name. He going to be the only name up there, him and Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia. They going to be targets. But if I had to bet, man, he probably, him and T.O. probably got the best. I think he probably got a better chance than T.O. That's what T.O. going through, but it'd be interesting. Be real interesting. And it'd be a shame if, him and Teofimo Lopez do well at this division and they don't cross paths. It'll be a shame. So, but yeah, let's move on. We had Caleb Plant proving that he won the best 168 pounders out there. Period. And Stephen Bredman added exactly what he needed to add to his game, and that was more, stationary. You notice he didn't fade. He didn't fade in this fight because he held his ground. Simple as that. He held his ground, and he moved entirely too much previous this in his career. I guess that's what his trainer Justin Gambit was pretty much preaching, was moving, but he needed to be stationary. And he showed that not only can he hold his ground, but he didn't compromise his defense that much. When he was in there, tight with Dirrell, his defense stayed tight and his offense more offensive. He started, I told y'all this guy can punch if he stopped moving so much. And now you seeing the evolution and Bredman exactly what he needed. Now, this didn't come easy. He got his ass whooped in the gym. From what I heard, a lot of them Philly boys was working against him. And the guy that, Dirrell said that hurt him was Carlos Adames, is the word on the street. And Carlos Adames is a big motherfucker, dude. Excuse my language. He's a big dude, bro. Very big dude. Hey, man, that dude he a big dude, bro. So, so he had to work at that style. And I heard he was going back and forth. Somebody told me he was with Boots in them for a minute, and he decided to roll with Bredman. So, it's just everything he need to do, and he gonna be hard to get out of there, bro. Speed, ain't nobody at 75, or ain't nobody at 68 like Caleb Plant. Nobody. Defense, movement, hand speed, perpetual movement, power. I mean, when you got that to work with naturally, him and Bredman ain't gonna do shit but get better. And the way he was moving, he was never gonna beat Benavidez moving like he was moving. Benavidez too big. He was on tire out. Benavidez was gonna stalk and conserve energy and then drown his ass late. Now what he doing is that style that he fought can get Benavidez fits. And it's still gonna be an uphill battle. But how you stay in there and he turning them, he making them miss, and Benavidez gonna throw 3 or 4 shots. Punch with him. Benavidez be in position to get pasted all the time. You know what I'm saying? He be in position to get hit all the time. So that body work and then slipping, turning, that's how you beat Benavidez. Just like Pernell Whitaker took it to Chavez Sr. You don't give Mexicans ground like he gave Canelo. All Canelo did was stalk him and got leverage on his shot. You take the leverage away about making them move off the spot, making them pick their feet up. Especially when you could do that in the close quarters, like he did with Dirrell, you make him pick his feet up. Every time Benavidez got to pick his feet up, you know what I'm saying? It should be a good time for his opponent. A lot of times he like to punch off platform too, but he squares up. A lot of time he do that. He squares up a lot. So it just became interesting, and I think a lot of people favor him to beat Jamal Charlo now too. But the thing about Charlo is Charlo gonna put the turbo boots on. That fight became really probably the best fight on paper because we already know Spooky Spence and Bud Crawford ain't gonna fight. That probably became the most entertaining fight on paper, at least top 3 in boxing. Because one thing about Charlo is if Charlo can't if Charlo, can't like really fuck with you like that, Charlo just go ahead and turn on the turbo boosters and just dog it out. So his heart gonna get tested fighting Charlo. So that's a fight that make a lot of sense. Charlo got a good jab. Charlo gonna be even bigger at 168. And that's a good fight to transition into a Benavidez fight for both men. Charlo gonna be a big 168 pounder right away. In the way Plant fighting, it'd be a good fight. Plant got a good legs, some good wheels too. You know what I'm saying? Even if he chooses to go back to box Charlo, he probably can outpoint Charlo. But the thing about Charlo is he willing to take a couple to get his off. So Charlo gonna be very powerful at 168. Mark my word, he gonna be very powerful. He malnutrition at 60. He gonna be a very big 168 pounder. So with that jab, his natural, chin and athleticism, he gonna be a tough out. So it's a lot of good fights for him. And Dirrell did all that talking. I had no issue with him burying Dirrell and picking up the shovel. I had no issue with it. You call a man the B word, man, like we ain't good, bro. That's one of the words that, on site. And Caleb Plant just sat there and said, okay, we'll see. We'll see. And he let his emotions go. And the referee like, oh, no, man. They'll never get the initiator. They want to get the retaliator. They want to get the retaliator. No, man. Fuck all that, man. That's one thing I hate about society. Somebody throw a rock and everybody see him throw the rock. But as soon as you take the rock and go bust him upside your head, you wrong. Like Easy say, F any man brain. What do he say? F any man made brainwash the law. He right, man. That's brainwashing shit, man. Some man back in the ancient times, somebody kill your son. Guess what? Bring your son over here. He got to go. And every natural feeling you feel, that's natural, man. It's not wrong. Somebody smack you, what's your number one thing that naturally that a human gonna do? Smack you back. That's your natural instincts, just like a lion. You throw a lamb in there with a lion, dude. Hey, man, this dude, give him some zip sauce. He about to make lamb chops. You can't fight nature. But like I said before, Dirrell, he talked this shit, and at the end of the day, I heard he had broken silence. Ain't nothing to say. Had a good career. Coming back from cancer, became a world champion. Most people thought Andre Dirrell would be the world champion, but he did all that shit talking and got put to sleep. And Caleb Plant deserved to have his day in the sun. He took a lot. You can't run your mouth like that and not expect the backlash. You got put to sleep. They said like he was changing his diaper, getting his diaper changed. So you can't expect that. So I'm gonna end off with Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I had just turned the fight on, dude. Like a second later, like Helenius was like laid out like this. Literally. I literally just had to. I was like, man, how about doing the Haney and Kambosos video? So let me turn on the fight. Man, I watched for a couple seconds, man. Then, dude, he hit old boy, man, with that right hand, and people talking about, well, Wilder, it was a dive and all that type of stuff, man. And it is what it is. Wilder is the second best heavyweight, and everybody know it. If they want to admit it or don't want to admit it, but Helenius, man, he, for somebody to spar Wilder, that was quite dumb. He followed the puncher around the ring and walked into a shot. That's just pretty much what happened. And Wilder was ready to follow up with that right hand. He walked him into a shot. Pretty much nothing else to say about it. Helenius came out dry. Kambosos Haney came out dry. As a heavyweight, you should never come out dry. You should have gained a nice lather of sweat. You should never come out dry. at no goddamn heavyweight. And you know, so when he came out bone dry, bro. You know, when you come out dry, man, you susceptible to get knocked out. You have to work. You have to like warm up. Just like if you going to the gym and you put 4 plates, whatever you doing, squat 3, whatever, you go right to that. You don't stretch. You don't warm up. You don't jog a little bit, man. You more susceptible to an injury. You more susceptible to an injury. You can't come out dry like that, bro. And Deontay Wilder should come out there. You used to watch Mike Tyson walk to the ring. Motherfucker be in a full fucking lather of sweat. It's just so many lost arts and little small lost arts. They don't breathe the way they should breathe no more. They don't combination punch no more. And it ain't no reason them niggas should be out there that dry. One shot could have fucked Deontay Wilder up too, dude. Them dudes, man, supposed to come out there covered up, sweating already. Not to the point where you compromising conditioning. I remember Paul Williams just be in the back jumping rope before his fights. You supposed to come out there all loose and all that type of stuff. You come out there that dry, bro. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Helenius would have warmed up. Maybe he would have been able to get up. And it just still would have been a matter of time. But you coming out there that dry, dog, man. He must have came out there to get a quick check and go turn the fuck back around and do a U-turn. And Deontay, they need to stop that shit too. Deontay need to be out there, loose. A lot more perspiration on his body. And that's it. But you can't come out there that dry, man. Especially no heavyweight. You don't got no damn weight to make. And that's why he took the shot the way he did. He kept following the puncher. But somebody that been in camp with Deontay Wilder, that ain't no smart thing to do. It's not at all. And I told y'all this was a glorified bum bash. I hate to say a tune-up. Yeah, he beat Kelnacki, but he was the beneficiary of Kelnacki taking a lot of punishment. And I'm surprised Kelnacki didn't ever get lined up with Wilder at the Barclays Center. But once again, PBC don't know what the hell they're doing. But it wasn't much to talk about. In the interview, he was, he let some tears of joy go and talked about what fighters go through and all that type of stuff, which to me, like, hey, it's what y'all sign up for. I hate to say it. It's what you sign up for. You can't, I can't go, I read the job and you do this without reasonable combination. If you need accommodations, let us know. I said, oh, no, we good. I'm getting doing the job. No, this, man. No, you know what you signed up for. You know what you signed up for. So at the end of the day, I feel them. A lot of these fighters out here, they in my Migos voice, they famous, but they ain't rich. Rather be rich than famous. A lot of these guys famous, but they ain't rich. There's a formula to keep Hollywood actors and to keep the working class oppressed. They have a formula to keep fighters broke. Y'all go around here screaming that shit that Bob Aaron was screaming. I mean that Floyd and them be screaming, talking about the fighters. I made it where the fighters can make the most money. Man, get out of here, man. Al Heyman making the most money out of everybody out there. Bob Aaron Bob making the most money. If Floyd getting 300, man, Al getting 4 or 5, 350, probably even more than that. Y'all got to be fools. And what he was saying, it's true, but y'all know what y'all signed up for. Hate to say it. And everybody make it seem like, PBC eating steak and caviar and everybody else eating ramen noodles and all that type of shit. Man, them niggas over there struggling too. A lot of them, especially when they ain't got no fights coming up in the holiday season, bro, they gonna be brawling against the stone from Al Heyman. Telling you, they gonna be brawling for the holidays and shit. A lot of them niggas over there doing Instacart and Lyft and Uber and brawling money from Al Heyman and shit. A lot of them over there doing that, bro. Trust me, a lot of them over there borrowing money and broke. Trust me. A lot of them. But, so, you know, a lot of them borrowing money. But, he said what he said. But it's what you signed up for as a fighter. You meet corruption when you go to the amateurs. Corruption kiss you right on the goddamn lips in the amateurs. It's the first punch that you probably take. You know? So, I mean, ultimately, if you want to see where you go from here now, more likely Andy Ruiz. Love to see Anthony Joshua. Love to see Alexander Usyk. When Ingus Klimov, his manager, Usyk said, well, we're not taking that fight. I knew he wasn't coming. It just didn't make no sense for Usyk to come out there and get cracked like that. It made zero sense. But if I got any questions, I'll answer them because I'm not staying on long. Dude, boxing, it was cool this weekend. I think I watched everything for the most part as far as the main fights. 11 salute. Duso 9 salute. Bernardo salute. Smeeze was good. Fotex salute. Gary Gantine Whoop was Devin Haney, maybe. Not sure. Herb Porter got to plant. Probably did. Adamas is a nasty boy. Charlo better stay away from Adamas. Playing Barry in action was savage. Yeah, it was. Support the channel, Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313. Check out the podcast on Google. Phantom One, what up, dude? Long time no see. Sits up, everyone just came in on that Dirrell that put Dirrell to sleep. Looked like he was changing his diapers. Yeah, somebody said it's follow me on Radio Public podcast. Shout out to Kobe. He said, true, today's fighters come in bone dry, and that's our 100. That's not smart. Holyfield, them niggas used to come in sweating already, loose and ready to get it popping. But then again, dude, you can't go back there and tire your ass out neither. It's a lot of lost arts in boxing, bro. A tremendous amount of them. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But that's all I got, man. Appreciate y'all. Check out the Box one-on-one playlist. Check out the check me out on Linktree. You can find me everywhere there, man. Peace.